Hey everyone, Henry here again. Today we're going to be talking about color photos. And I don't know if you're as scared as I am of color photography, but and not in the boogeyman sense, but rather in that really vulnerable place sense. I always feel very vulnerable dealing with color. I feel like I'm stumbling or that I'm just not able to express uh, very clearly in it. Um, but I try, and there's a couple of things that I love to do, and I love to see. There's almost like those photos that have to be in color, and I'm thankful for those. So the first thing we're going to do is, again, after you've taken the photo with the native camera, I'm going to open it up in PicTap Go. This is the photo I took some time ago, but um, you can tell there's a couple of things wrong with it or not quite right about it that are beyond my control, um, at least with the phone, is that it was taken on what I've heard referred to as kind of a dead sky day. It was really gray. What I saw was not like what is reflected in the photo. What I saw was kind of like out of these shadows and this bright light, brighter sky, this really striking red coat, kind of cut through all of the gray, and I love that. So I want to bring out that I want to convey how that felt and what I saw, um, certainly, but more so as we've discussed is how it felt. This really colorful thing in this otherwise dreary day. It's really powerful to me. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lighten this photo up quite a bit because I want, again, to bring out that red coat. Um, and I want to probably bring it to a little bit brighter than I would normally because of what I'm going to do in my next step. You can bring this back a little bit. It's all to taste. Whatever, is seems like it jives with you is where I want you to put that. But I like it. What I'm going to do with it next, I want it full board. So once I get it here, I'm going to save back to the camera roll, and I'm going to open it up in Snapseed. Hey, mom again. And once I open it, I'm going to go to my tools and I'm going to open up that vignette tool that we worked with yesterday with the black and white. And not to, you know, say too much, but like I said, what I love about it is you can, of course, change size and move it. And I want to move it over here because I want that bright sky to stay bright, and I really want to deal with the shadows of the building. So maybe right in there. And then again, I don't want to deal with the inner brightness. I want to leave that alone and deal with the outer brightness. And I want to move my finger to the left once I get it set because I really want to deal with those shadows there. And you can play with it accordingly how you want it. But where I like it is where I just start to see the hint of detail in the buildings. I might move this up the vignette up a little bit. I want to see just a hint of detail in the building, like maybe right there. Not any darker than that. And once I like where it's at, you can see already right away I've lost the red coat. The very reason I took the photograph, I've lost it. But I'm going to get it back in the next step. So once I get this vignette where I want it, I hit the check mark. And then I'm going to go to the brush we used yesterday and to the exposure. And I'm going to start out at plus 0.7 because I want to lighten up that coat quite a bit. I just want to make sure that it lightens up without looking unnatural. So I'm going to lighten this up and just take your time. I'm probably not going to touch the bag because it's already pretty bright and I don't want to blow it out. Just zoom in as you need. Like right there. And then I'm going to zoom out. Now you can see I've got, it's maybe a little too much, but yeah, it's kind of cool. I kind of like that. That's kind of how it looked. And certainly, as I saw it, it was just this beacon, and I love that look. The other thing I'll notice is that for me, the blue car is distracting. So while I don't want to change the photo, I want to enhance how it felt and what I saw. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to okay out of this one, of the brush, and I'm going to go back to the brush again, to the exposure. And this time I'm going to go down just slightly. And I'm going to go over here to the blue. And I'm just going to darken it a little bit. Just a little. I'm going to zoom out. Yeah, that's better. You might even consider going a little darker on the car. Once I get it here, I'll hit OK. It's still not coming out of the shadows the way that it felt and I saw that day. And so what I'll do is I'm going to go back to the brush, go back to the exposure. I'm going to go to start small on these kind of where you're adding a little bit of darkness or shadow. I'm going to go to minus 0.3 and I'm going to brush along the bottom. And you can kind of see where that's happening. And all of a sudden they're really starting to step out of the photograph a little bit. And I might even go to minus 0.7 and just touch the edge like that. And again, just keep playing with it, because if you go too far, you can always, like I think a little bit, I can go to the eraser and just touch right in there. Just play with it like, again, it's finger painting essentially. Whoops. Yeah. I'm liking that a lot. So we're just about done. There's one more thing I like to do. And as it is in the black and white, it's that the smallest of moves make all the difference. So we're going to save out of Snapseed. And we're going to go back to PicTapGo. And we're going to open up the photo that we just made. Now, one of the things that is a little distracting for me on photos and color photography in general, for me, that it's something I got to get my head around and how to work it. And one way I've found is to kind of bring everything under a similar hue. And what I like to do is there's a couple ways that I like to play with this. And it's always a varying degree. One is I'll use the filter Lux. And right away you can see, okay, it looks manipulated right away. It can look, this effect can look cool, but it's not what I'm wanting. So I bring it way down to right in here. So you can see where everything kind of takes on a similar hue, and all of a sudden visually it's not so busy, and it allows even more room visually for the coat to jump off the photograph. The other one you can do, if you want to go the other way with it, is you can cool it down, which adds blue essentially. You can see immediately the photo goes blue, but it looks, bring that back a little bit. To me, this is really where it's starting to happen. It looks, it looks like that photograph I wish I had captured. That's how it felt. That's how it looked. That was the moment in so many ways. But again, play with it to your taste, to what is best going to convey what you need to express. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me anything at all in the Facebook group, and I'll try to answer it the best I can. Good luck, and I will see you tomorrow on the Facebook group and here.